And I'm back before I was so rudely interrupted by the internet. So, what's this Northrop Grumman deal all about? And Orbital ATK. It is about the competition, which is getting rather fierce from Amazon's Blue Origin, Mr. Bezos, and of course Mr. Tesla's SpaceX. Both of these guys are doing fairly well. Now, there's kind of a division, and that is that Amazon, I should call it Blue Origin because it is a separate company, is going after heavy lift vehicles. And we talked about it, I think, with Tom O'Brien on the air maybe a few years ago, 3 years ago. And that is, no one remembered how to make the giant engines that the Saturn V had. And in fact, any of the ones that you see, there's kind of a spray head inside of it. If you look in the back of it, it looks just like a shower head. The way that that's put together is incredibly important because it causes a vibration, literally blows the engines up if it's done wrong. They don't even know how they did it right. They just kept trying different things until it worked. Today, it's probably a lot easier, but Bezos at Blue Origin decided the best way was just go out there and find one of those engines and pull it up and look at it. And even then, I'll bet you dollars to donuts that when those things are shown, they are not shown with the same shower head arrangement in the nozzle that they had. Anyway, he's made a much more enhanced engine, and so has the people from SpaceX. But these guys have really dropped the amount of money it takes to put a pound of something in space. And Northrop Grumman and Orbital ATK, they're going to have to get together just to compete. It's a great business, but the price per pound is going down, and you're going to have to build missiles that are extremely less expensive to compete with these folks. Now, neither one of these, like Blue Origin, is not public in the way that you can buy it, and neither is SpaceX. But I suspect that we're going to see that next year. But $7.8 billion, and of course, really the thing to talk about what we have going on today certainly is the pop in that stock, up 20% on Orbital ATK. Even Northrop up a little, still up $7, almost $8, almost 3%, even as the market is starting to fade a little bit. And of course, over the last 10 minutes, we've seen the S&P go from 2505 down to 2502. Not a big deal. But as I said, this is one of the most scariest trapdoor markets that we've seen for a while, both in valuation and at least some of the stuff that I look at, i.e., no shorts in the market always makes me extremely nervous to be long. We're just under 2 billion shares on the NYSE, so we'll see what's going on. Of course, gold's off a little bit. I know everybody and Tom will be talking about this in the next hour. Off $15 at 1309. If you get a pullback in the market, generally, why gold, the metal's a little better? Generally, everything sells off. And as I've said earlier in the show, if you're just joining me, to me, I have a market that could go higher, 50% or lower, 50% odds, but the higher is only 20 points and the lower is 80 by Friday. So we got quite a move out here. Silver off 53 cents, platinum off $10, and copper up a little bit. Natural gas up 12 cents. And I was going to buy that and just didn't get around to it. Other things going on, and crude right at $50. Anyway, that's about all that's going on there. So we're going to take a look at and go to the charts. You can give me a call at 877-927-6648. You can email me at path@tfnn.com, and of course you can put message in the den. One of the stocks that I was never able to get back in that I liked early on was a company called Ubiquity Networks. These guys make these little UFO-looking things that you see on the ceilings of restaurants to get Wi-Fi in them, chain restaurants and other restaurants. This thing had been a fairly decent IPO. It was at about $50. It went down to $10. The shorts were able to pound this thing unmercifully. And the problem was that it doesn't have or let me put it this way, does not have a CEO staff, the executive wing, that's very good at defending short raids on its stock. And that's basically what we have now. Citron came out, said this one is a total fraud. I have no idea if it's true or not. I do not have a position in this. I just say, sometimes companies make horrible products you don't believe in or you don't like. This one makes a product that I love, and everybody tends to love it. That's in the industry, kind of the highest rated. But at the same time, since I think they're run out of China, they have a poor record of handling these short bear raids when they do come. Anyway, this one's down. I have Larry from Detroit asking me what I think of it. Would I buy it down here? And the answer is that, like I said, I think you really got to think that this has been hit and has a wild out and that the rumors go away. But I'm trying to remember the guy from Citron. I'll think of his name. But he's not in for the short term. And on the outside, he's usually right. I want to say Larry, but it's not it. I'll think of his name. Anyway, very tough one to say if this thing's out here. For me, I kind of thought this thing might be in a bigger trading range and would have loved for this thing to come back to $25. So I'm kind of on the short of side of the short sellers, hoping that they just crucify the stock, get it down to nothing once again, and the stories for the second time of a lot of ill-feasance. I think this has got to be 3-4 years ago when those came out and nothing happened to them. But it's one thing having a kind of a dodgy thing that you don't know what the product is and how well it sells. This one is not a problem with the product. It has to do with these guys mostly being in bed when these short sellers start yelling and screaming and saying it's a fraud. And they can do a lot of damage before these guys get out of bed in China. And that's at least what you have in that. Okay, what are we going? We're going to break. Tom O'Brien thinks that we've got an internet problem brewing. We may. At least this sounded fairly good since I've gotten back. But we shall see. Anyway, 2,500 on the S&P cash. We'll be back in a minute.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
If you're looking to open your portfolio to a world of opportunity, consider the new market-safe emerging currency CD from Everbank. This 3-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD gives you exposure to 5 equally weighted currencies from Brazil, China, India, Indonesia, and Turkey at a time when experts see great potential for global growth. Even better, it features a 7.0 leverage factor, which means you could earn a potential market upside payment of 7 times the CD's performance at maturity with no cap if the currencies increase in value over the CD's term. And should the opposite occur, your principal is 100% protected. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this index CD. Don't miss out. The September 28th funding deadline will be here before you know it. So call 1-855-750-4051 or visit everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a division of TIAA, FSB, member FDIC.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
And there is a thing called a internet traffic report, actually www.internettrafficreport.com in America for North America.htm, and you can see what's going on out there. And yeah, we got some big outages across the nation right now. So I wasn't the only one. So maybe something else is going on. So anyway, you can always check that out. Find out. Okay, so we were talking about ubiquity when we left. Again, normally you've got a company that's good at fending off, I want to say his name's Breck from Citron. I'll think of it again. But these guys are fairly good. They map it out. They get the cooperation of CNBC. They do the rest. At about $45, now we got an earthquake hitting. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. Andrew left at Citron. That's who I'm thinking of. These guys are very good. They set these things up. So normally it's over in a day, especially if they can get a good break of a stock like they did this morning by going on CNBC and haranguing a stock. Anyway, lots of volume, lots of breaks. I don't see anything that says that I want to be in here. We were talking about the XLK. Still no sign in that. We're looking at it up here. And the XLE, which was... there wasn't a lot going on in that one either. Let's take a little shorter time frame here. I think we were talking about this one on Thursday when I was in the office, and this thing came within 12 cents, but was 6 million shares light on Thursday, on that September 14th. Energy off this low. Also, we chronicled that that August 21st low up to that high last Thursday was also problematic. I continue to think that overall the market is fairly weak. The reason that we really kind of rallied has to do with some short-term issues that are going to be remedied fairly early in the energy patch. This thing will kind of work its way through. So, man, I still suspect that we've got some kind of big high, as I said in the opening to the show. Anyway, 2,500 on the S&P cash. We got up to 2,508 volume is just a little over 2 billion shares as we speak. So it's still a little higher high out here without the kind of volume that you needed to pull back through. I've also seen a couple of stocks that I put in the newsletter this morning that I was looking for 3 gap plays if these things pulled back on us, and they actually have. One of the ones I was looking at that I didn't get, just because I was looking for a signal, I never got the signal, and I was hoping actually for a gap down today, is a 3 gap play in First Solar, FSLR. Your first gap was at about $31 to $33. Your second gap, big gap, came in at $45, and then we saw the one from Friday. Now we're getting some fairly dark cloud cover, not total, but fairly big cloud cover on this thing today. 2 million shares compared to the 5 million shares up here. It's not uncommon to see these stocks pop, but again, as I said, we've got this, we had a lot of people cover short stocks over the last few weeks. In fact, I think what I wanted to look at, NVDA. This thing used to have 5 or 6 days to cover. NVDA. This thing has 1 day to cover. There just isn't a whole lot. This would be yet another one I would watch for the opportunity that this thing opens up much lower tomorrow. Because if it does, this is the kind of places where an action that you get at highs, not forever highs, but for medium-term highs, where we could see a pullback of 3 or 6 months. So not broadcasting that yet. I do think we have a lot of weakness available this week. But I think if you saw a gap down tomorrow, we're already making kind of an interesting candle here today in NVIDIA. Let's take a look and see what this thing opens up at tomorrow. If you get a few more abandoned babies on these stocks that gapped up this morning, I think that could be a little bit more. So again, give me a call, 877-927-6648. Email me at path@tfnn.com. And what else can we do? We'll look at a few other stocks out here. I had a question at the very beginning of the SMHs, so let's get to that. This did gap up again. Again, I'm looking at any of these, if we gap down tomorrow, to be problematic. On Friday, we had 4.6 million shares going into 9 million shares, the June 9th high in the SMHs. It's not, like I said last week, you're going to be short on these things. You're going to be a handful of days, probably early, either 3 hours or 3 days. And we're kind of getting into that 3rd day now for some of these. This one popped up here today. You get the signal, kind of just hold your breath a little bit. But if this thing gaps down tomorrow, I'd think you've got the signal that you're looking for. And I would not be surprised to see the way that the market's acting now. Again, as I said in the opening of the show, we have a market that has the lowest amounts of shorts since 2011. And that's when these markets had some rip-roaring tears to the downside, even in an up market, even with all that QE. We got some wicked pullbacks. And maybe that's kind of what we're starting to see. There were a few of that, what they called the, taper. They called the taper tantrums in the market, and maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that. Of course, over the next 2 days, probably not going to see anything in the interest rate, but I bet we're going to get a lot more details on how much and how quickly we're going to pull back some of that cash out of the bond markets, and I think that's probably going to be the deciding factor on Wednesday that drives this market lower. Anyway, volume been kind of light so far today. 2.06 billion shares on the NYSE. So let's take a look at some other things that I didn't like earlier in the day. What is it? We've been saying. Was looking at, I said Skyworks Solutions, SWKS, would be one of the ones to look at to see if Apple was going to fail. And I certainly suspect that today. If this continues on, we get a little bit more weakness out here, we're going to have dark cloud cover. And I guess you can probably even call this railroad tracks for the body of these candles today. Volume's not all that exciting yet, but we've got, what, an hour and 10 minutes left in the day. So that would be interesting. See some reversals. Tesla got to 389. 61 is the high today. It's 382.61 now. So maybe seeing some a little dark cloud cover on those. We'll look at a few other ones when we come back from the break. And I guess we're going to close up the day in the next segment.
Tom O'Brien has just announced that he'll be coming to Boston September 30th for a free workshop, The Art of Timing the Trade. Join Tom O'Brien Saturday morning, September 30th at the Boston Marriott in Burlington, Massachusetts, as he breaks down his trading methodology and provides you with the tools to become a more successful and profitable trader. Everyone that attends in person will receive a free signed copy of Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. Daryl Martin from Apex Investing Institute will also be presenting for 90 minutes at this free event.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. Join me in Boston on September 30th as I return to my hometown for a workshop about the art of timing the trade. I look forward to seeing all the tigers and tigresses for this special free event.
All action starts early at 7:30 a.m. with a continental breakfast and wraps up at about 1 p.m. Topics that Tom will be covering during his presentation include quality volume, cause and effect, ABC structures, swing points, and much, much more. For all the information on this free Boston event taking place Saturday, September 30th, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. Come join me next hour as we bisect and dissect these markets. Right here on TFNN. Wow!
And somebody in the den bringing up something that maybe we just need to say it every week, and that is, I don't think anybody has read the white paper on the CBOE about the VIX and or the products that trade off the VIX. It's not what everybody thinks. You got to read it and then read it again and read it 4 more times. It's the out-of-the-money puts and calls on a 24 and 30, I think it's 24 and 36-day moving, 2 different moving averages. There's some rules about the way the thing trades so that they're never within, I think, 14 days. I'll have to read it again today. But it is a mathematical construct. It is not it is like a map. The map is not the territory that you're drawing down, and you need to know that sometimes maps don't actually reflect what's there. So keep an eye on it. Okay. So anyway, we looked at Apple, and I was not surprised on Friday to see this thing bounce up to 160. This thing is a monster at making sure that we see that the most amount of puts and calls go unexpired come that. IBM's another real good one. The market makers underneath that can move the thing around fairly quickly. There is billions of dollars to be had by moving Apple's price around for expiration. It is one of the most heavily traded for options and futures both. So I'm not surprised that this thing got pinned right at 160 for the close on Friday, and I'm not surprised that the weakness has come back after Friday's little foray into quad witching. 158.29. Again, I think this thing is probably coming back down into the 152, 152.50 area. The product reveal did not go well, and it's got some other problems, but watch SWKS. I think that's telling you exactly what's going to happen with Apple. In the meantime, sell when you can. Run, Forrest, run. And we'll see you here tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Tom O'Brien has just announced that he'll be coming to Boston September 30th for a free workshop, The Art of Timing the Trade. Join Tom O'Brien Saturday morning, September 30th at the Boston Marriott in Burlington, Massachusetts, as he breaks down his trading methodology and provides you with the tools to become a more successful and profitable trader. Everyone that attends in person will receive a free signed copy of Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. Daryl Martin from Apex Investing Institute will also be presenting for 90 minutes at this free event.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. Join me in Boston on September 30th as I return to my hometown for a workshop about the art of timing the trade. I look forward to seeing all the tigers and tigresses for this special free event.
All action starts early at 7:30 a.m. with a continental breakfast and wraps up at about 1 p.m. Topics that Tom will be covering during his presentation include quality volume, cause and effect, ABC structures, swing points, and much, much more. For all the information on this free Boston event taking place Saturday, September 30th, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you